Hello happy gardeners, welcome back to Stinky Ditch Nursery. It's been a while. How are you? Oh, sorry, that was cheap, Robbie. Yes, I have not been very well. If you've been trying to get hold of me in the last 8 months or so, I can't apologise enough for not getting back to you. I will get back to each and every person, customers, eBay people, and YouTube and Facebook and friends and family. I know, it's not very nice going mental, but there we are. I've been, as they say in The Matrix, Kansas went bye-bye, and I landed up in Oz for some time, and the nursery, well, nature has taken over in the most magnificent way. I put on my red ruby shoes and slippers, and I kept on clicking the heels and saying, there's no place like home, and eventually I got back here and I'm doing a quick vid to show you what's going on, and hopefully I'm on the mend, and we'll have some more gardening videos soon. Well, my diorama did not do well. I know, I lost a lot, haven't got any. However, the nature has done so well, it's unbelievable. I'll show you a little bit, look. Geranium macrorhizum, not very good. Not very good. Am I down about this? Well, it's happened. I've got to take it on the chin and just keep going. Look, this tree here. I've let this tree grow for a few years now. It's a poplar. It just self-seeded here. And poplar are a strange tree in a way, a strange type of tree, because they still have these pine cone sort of things to do the seeds. Ever so interesting to see how nature evolves into, this turned into something, this, a Lawson cypress, some of that sort of stuff turned into this sort of stuff with a broadleaf at some point in time. I'm rambling on already, can you hear the birds? All these lovely birds. Now this is what happens, nature takes over so quickly, and this sort of fills me with faith really, that if we haven't messed everything up as human beings, look how deep it is. Look at that, it's up to my armpits. But you've got all these beautiful grasses. There we go, some field geraniums. They do really well through a bit of neglect. But the grasses themselves, no one lets their lawn grow tall enough to see how many different grasses and how beautiful they are that grow in your lawn. I'll show you a few more grasses later. Hear those birds tweeting? Isn't that lovely? And I've got another one here. This is a wildflower. They come into these little tiny yellow things. I'm not sure what it is, but I'll have a look in my book later. This is the thing, get yourself a book. Now once you've identified a weed like this, you'll start seeing it everywhere and you'll know what it is. And then you'll identify another one. Before you know it, a hedgerow won't just look like a green thing. It will be full of different things, and you'll never be bored in a car park ever again. If you're waiting for someone in a car park, you've gone to a different city to go to, I don't know, some event, and you're stuck in a car park, you can just look at the weeds around the edges, and it's fascinating. Look at all these grasses. It really has got very, very long in here though. Anyway, I'll give you a quick look at the devastation in the greenhouse. But lots of things have survived, like this curry plant here. I've got one in the greenhouse. They've got these little yellow flowers, and bit of a controversial thing on YouTube. Curry plant in UK is different in other countries, and well, anyway, I can't remember the Latin name. Euphorbias, they've done well as well, which is nice. And the old buddleia, butterfly bushes, they've done spectacularly well. And they're not even in flower yet, and I've already got so many butterflies and so many bugs. Oh, here we go, little dog rose. These are nice things to do a bit of guerrilla gardening with. There's little dog rose, and the leaves look like this. See, as opposed to these here, this is a bramble. Still got the 5 petals, you see? They're sort of similar, but you can tell from the different shaped leaf and various things, and you start to see the difference between these things and the hedges. So this is a dog rose. These little hips here, they're called, they're full of the seeds. They'll go red, and if you sort of sprinkle them out, put them in a bit of damp tissue paper and chuck them in a hedge, hopefully in a few years you get a dog rose growing in it. Oh, nettles as well. Everyone forgets the nettles. Nettles are so important for nature. All these little flowers for all the little bugs. And anyway, here we go. Look, it's all a bit overgrown. Down here, yeah, you can't see many plants in there. But over here, have a look down here. This is a cinquefoil, or cinquefoil, or cinquefoil, I'm not sure. It's a French name for a weed that we get in the UK. It's got these little yellow flowers, but they really are quite beautiful. And over here, but look, they seem to sort of creep their way along. And yeah, they're called an invasive weed, but I think they're lovely. They're meant to be here. And we've got all these little tiny, oh, low battery. We've got all these little tiny mouse ear hawk bit, this is. Like tiny little dandelion puffs. And they're, again, a beautiful plant. And you worry about these weeds spreading, but in your lawn, that would keep the grass down. It would be lovely in your lawn. And it really hasn't spread anywhere else in the nursery. It's just sort of stayed to this area and got bigger and bigger. And now down here, this is the grass. I like to get down in it, like when I was a kid. You know, you actually get in it and make tunnels through this stuff and get down here right to the bottom, and you can start seeing all these bugs and how nature's incredible, the way that it just look at it. Look at that, that's just in a few months. Talk about no mow May, I've had no mowing since October. Anyway, there we go. It's all got to be sorted out one day. And oh look, my soil pile has just turned into, well, you can't really tell it's a soil pile. It sort of blends into the little oak tree. Our little oak tree's doing really well this year. Oh, look at this. This sow thistle, I think. Cypress sow thistle. Again, these big fluffy heads. A weed. We've got these lovely yellow flowers on them. What else have we got? Yes, look here on the oak tree. All these acorns forming. Last year I didn't have many acorns, but this year we've got loads. And underneath it, it's such a lovely little dingly dell. It's so. We've had a lot of hot weather in the UK recently. Awful lot of hot weather, and it's been a lovely little place to sit. If I'd have been down here, I've been asleep. But there we go. And yeah, quick look in the greenhouse. More devastation outside. Again, it seems to be nature that's done the best out of here. Look at those lovely trees. Isn't that beautiful? It's sort of a balmy June evening down here. It's a bit overcast, but it's very comfortable. The temperature is beautiful. Right, in the greenhouse we've got, well, that's what happened to that lot. And people have been coming in and watering and looking after this place for me, and I can't thank them enough. But I've suddenly realised how much of an impact I have on the place. I always thought I was doing nothing, but obviously I was doing something. Look at this thistle that's come up. They are the most beautiful of things. Again, get a book about them and learn about these things. And look, it's a huge plant. There's lots of different types of thistles. Get yourself a book. I've got a book. Let me show you a book. I was just having a look at it a minute ago. I think I left it over here. Yes, I have. I've got a Collins book. Sorry about the jiggly camera. No, people have said about my jiggly camera-ness, and I realise now I don't really watch these things. I just watched to check that I hadn't sworn or anything during them. Right then, what else have we got? We've got stuff inside. Oh, some field geraniums. Again, they did all right, but the rest of everything not so good. Not so good. Oh, I've got a euphorbia here. It's just self-seeded. And see that? Look at that growth. Isn't that architecturally beautiful? And then it comes up to this point here. Poof, you get all those leaves come out, and then you have these spronds, I'm not sure what they're called, coming out and then splitting into two. Then it splits into another two with these seed pods forming, and then it splits again into another two. It should do in a minute. And they're the same as the weeds that are growing here. Look, this is what you do. You find out the weeds that are growing in your garden. But here's one. I'll just show you. I'll pull it up. But yeah, that's a euphorbia as well. Sun spurge. Part of the same family, but this is just a wildflower, if you like, in the UK. It has the same growth habit. Fascinating stuff once you start seeing how the weeds and the plants and the horticulture, the things you grow all linked together. And yes, look, agapanthus did not do well. Cyclamen over here, not too bad. They are asleep at this time of year, and I've been sort of pushing in a lot of these things, and yeah, I can feel a corm in there, so hopefully we'll be all right on the cyclamen. Don't know yet. This is the thing. The future is such an unknown entity at the moment, and well, you just got to go with it. What else can you do? Oh, this is a beautiful thing. Excuse me. It's goat's beard. It's like another plant called astilbe, I think. I'm terrible with the names, I'm so sorry. But little bugs love this stuff. It's goat's beard. It's a plant that I grow, and look, it's so beautiful. Dies back to nothing each year. And over here we've had some, macrorhinum inside done all right. Oh, here's my book. That's the book. There we go. I got a Collins guide. And let me pop it down a minute. It's really quite a good one. You've got a lot of identification stuff in there, and that helps an awful lot. And then you've got all the pictures of everything. It really does go into, you know, it's not patronising, but the only criticism I give it is all the pictures are hand drawn or hand painted, and some of them are really good and some of them aren't quite so good. But anyway, let me put that under my arm. What else we got going on? Another case of weeds looking like here we are. This is the cranesbill geranium, or it's the fields geranium, but the family is called cranesbill geranium on account of the seed pod. See, looks like a cranesbill. They're seed pods. And over here I've got Herb Robert, which is going over now into a red. This is a weed, and again the same sort of seed pod there. Can you see that? Oh, wait a minute, there we are. That sort of looks like a cranesbill. Same family. So if you've got those growing in your garden as a weed, have a check, because some things catch you out, but generally the version that you grow in the shops, the same family member will work. And the ferns, they worked. They worked really well. Don't mind a bit of neglect. Oh, I've got my little fern growing thing. Oh, a little poppy there. There we are. Wait a minute. Look at that. Little orange feathers just going over. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, no, it's not going. Look at that. I love them. They're so... When people didn't have plastics and colour, you know, this stuff was amazing when it came out each year. Absolutely amazing. Filled the world with something else. Here's some more cyclamen. Oh, he looks all right. Nice big coam there. Got to go around and find out what's right. The devastation after a bit of a breakdown is always something to... Oh, it always keeps me on my toes. Little aquiledias here that have gone over. And here we are. Let's have a quick look at the... Oh, look. Echinops, globe thistle, just starting to come into flower now. This thing, again, it's just self-seeded there. It's all the stuff that I've tried to grow in pots that's not done too well. But with neglect, you know, I just didn't realise how much I did. Oh, look here. False freesias, the little red freesias that I grow. They've done all right. And here are... I haven't opened these up yet. Let's have a look. These are little fern spores that I put in months ago. And as you can see, it stayed pretty damp. You know, I've only watered these once when I put them in. And let's see if we've got any ferns growing. Open it up with one hand. Oh, yes, we have. Look at that. Look at that. We got a load of stuff growing in there. There's a little bit of white stuff as well. I'm not sure about that, but I'll keep the lid on. Like I did quite a lot of these. Refer to my video on how to grow ferns from spores. And a good thing with horticulture, with propagation anyway, is to grow lots. Grow lots and lots and lots. And if you have lots and lots and lots in the end, you can just give them to people. You know, try and give them away. Neighbours, family, friends. Let's have a look in this one. See if we've just had one success or more than one success. Sorry for the shaking around of the camera. Look at that. I'll try and get that in focus. Look at that. This is the first stage of fern growing. Now, what will happen now? These aren't ferns. This is just a sort of pupa stage, if you like, if they were an insect. And, oh, I've got an insect in there. Oh, dear. Oh, well, I'll put the lid on and see how he does. It must have just jumped in there, unless it got in through a hole in the bottom. There is a hole in the bottom. Right, I've gone on for quite enough. What else have we got? Oh, some tree peonies that are just about surviving. They seem to be pretty tough things. Look, this one here, it sort of died back, and then they should be all green at the moment, but they're, well, that's it, you know. Cyclamen babies. If you're growing cyclamen babies, they may still all be evergreen if they're babies, or they may have completely died back like this. Don't worry, they're all right under the ground and they will come up soon. Just a little look outside at this sort of task I've got ahead of me. Oh, it'll be all right. It'll be all right, Robbie. Don't worry. Don't worry. You're moving. Well, anyway, here we go. The whole place has just been overcome with nature. I'm going to get that book and I'm going to go around here and sort of do a little bit of a catalogue of all the wildlife that's been created, all the different grasses, and well, that'll be fun. Anyway, I'm starting to get back on my feet now, so I'll do a little bit of a video diary on how me world changes over the next 6 months. I've got no idea where it's going, and if you're in for a bit of a journey into the unknown, you're more than welcome to join me. This has been Robbie Phoenix down at Stinky Ditch Nursery. If you suffer from any mental or physical thing that knocks you down now and again, you only have to remember one thing, and that is you don't stop fighting. If it knocks you down, you get back up, you dust yourself off, and you keep on fighting. And you don't stop fighting, I'm afraid. You just keep going, keep fighting. Never give up, never surrender. Thank you for watching.